Hello and welcome. Welcome to the Deal Room Live. We have some leads to call today, and as you may notice, I'm not at the office. I believe our will be coming in here as well. And welcome those of you who are watching on YouTube, those of you who are watching on Facebook, welcome to you. I'm excited to have you on this week's Deal Room Live. We're going to dive right in. Today I am in Orlando, Florida with the Mastermind crew. And as we dive in, let me make sure that my crew is getting on okay. Give me 3 seconds. With me, not in the studio, so I know it's a little different. So, I'm going to give you guys a quick lesson today. Today's going to be a little shorter than usual because I am in Orlando with our Mastermind crew. And welcome to you, Russell. Nice to see you. And welcome to everybody who's here. Leo, nice to see you. Each one of you. All right, welcome in. All of you on the live stream. I have 2 quick lessons for you. I'm going to dial a couple of leads that were turned in actually here in person today at the Mastermind Retreat. We are with twice a year. We do a Mastermind only retreat, and we get together in a Airbnb like this one. It's a beautiful 12-bedroom Airbnb. Beautiful setup and exciting times. So all of you, you're in the right place. We do this every single Wednesday, and I'm excited to have you. Normally, for any of my first timers, as you know, I'm normally in the studio and live streaming it from that professional mode. This week, I'm on the laptops, and I still wanted to make sure I got you guys some good value. There is 2 major notes I need to give you, and then we're going to do some dials, and then we're going to wrap. Number 1, follow-up. What I mean by follow-up, I'm not just talking about scheduling a follow-up of like, oh, somebody gave me a call. Let me just make sure I get back with them. I'm talking about tenacity. I'm talking about where most deals fall through. Most deals fall through between contract and close. Why? Because a lot of people who finally get up the nerve to call and close the deal. A lot of people who finally get a deal negotiated and say yes, and even sometimes signed, lose it between because they get caught up in lack of follow-up. What do I mean by that? Sellers sometimes okay your purchase agreement, they fall off the map, the title company can't reach them. All sorts of things happen. There's 2 ways to do this follow-up. Welcome Marilyn, welcome Harlan, good to see you. There's 2 ways to do this follow-up. Number 1, you doing it yourself, which is always an option. Getting on the phone and making sure everybody is handled, making sure all questions are answered. Or number 2, hiring a transaction coordinator. And when you do that, of course, you've got to make sure, especially when it's a new relationship, is this person doing what I've asked them to do? Is this person following up? Is this person answering the title company and the seller? Because ultimately, if you're in this business, you're doing this business, you've got to make sure that you are communicating with your sellers, with your buyers, with your title company in order for the business to run. No leads, no business. But if you got leads and you got a business, but the follow-up's lacking, you're going to have a lot of deals fall through. Okay? So we're going to do a couple live dials. Let's see if we can get somebody on the phone. And again, welcome in all of you. Today will be a little shorter than usual. I normally go for an hour, sometimes even longer, but I normally go for an hour on these. And today we are in beautiful Orlando, Florida with our Mastermind. We get together twice a year in a beautiful setting, in a beautiful Airbnb. And when we do, we have a lot of fun, a lot of connection, do deals together, raise private money together. All sorts of fun things happen when we're together.
Call has been disconnected. Goodbye.
Oh. So we're going to send them a text. Andrew, interested in your house on 4th. All right. 70+% of your deals will be done on the follow-up. I like one call closes, but we live in a trust recession. And the more time you talk to somebody, I'm not just talking about yapping, but I'm talking about having conversations, answering questions, making sure that you get to the root of whatever it is that they're needing. All right, let's see. Hopefully they answer. If you guys online can hear this, give me a thumbs up. I want to make sure that everybody can hear this. All right. Hey, yes, it's Andy calling you back about the house you're looking to sell in Holly. Give me a call at this number. Thank you. All right, we're going to dial some more. The name of the game for all of you in this business is asking yourself, and I want you to, if you're taking notes, for those of you who are not driving, take notes, write it down. But how do I close the gap? What do I mean by that? I want to plant the seed of thought. How do I close the gap? How do I close the gap between wherever my leads are falling off? You know the gaps in your business. You say, well, gosh, I'm not even getting leads. Okay, that's the gap we need to close. How do we?
Your call has been forwarded to voice.
How do we close that gap? Hey, it's Andrew, interested in your Misty Meadows house. When do you have a minute to talk? How do we close the gap? And we just ask these questions until we finally get our answer. Well, gosh, I got to get more leads. Cool. Is that something you're going to do? Are you going to get on the phone with sellers and get leads? Or are you going to team up with somebody else? For those of you who are in coaching, as you do this business, are you going to team up with somebody else? I was just sitting across the table from somebody in the mastermind. Marilyn, you'll enjoy this. I was just talking to somebody in the mastermind, and they said to me, hey, I've been paying for leads, but I've not had time to call them. Oh my goodness. Well, guess what? There's people who would love to call your hot leads that you're paying for and not calling. So understanding where is the gap. You say, well, gosh, Andrew, I'm getting the leads, but I'm getting jammed up on what to say. Okay. How do we solve that? Shoot, maybe you submit them for me to call on Wednesdays. We got to get somebody to answer the darn phone. All right.
Hi, sorry I couldn't pick up the phone. Leave a message.
Well, let's double dial that one because it went right to voicemail.
Hi, sorry I couldn't.
All right. Mickey, it's Andrew, interested in the house you have on 4th. When do you have a minute to talk? I'm telling you, if you do this, normally you will begin getting some responses. And now, Jacqueline, nice to see you. Jeffrey, nice to see you. Mr. Bill Welsh, welcome in. Everything changes when we begin to ask the right questions. So how do we ask the right questions? Well, number one, if you don't have them, of course, you download the scripts that I have for you. But you ask yourself, okay, great. How do I position myself in the path of success? How do I position myself in the path of success? Oh, one of them just texted me, said, call me back.
Hello.
Mickey, it's Andrew calling you back about the house you're selling.
Hi, Andrew.
How are you?
Yeah. Doing well. How are you?
I am awesome. I wanted to ask you a couple questions. I had some notes down from my assistant, and they mentioned that if we could agree on price and terms, that you might entertain doing some either owner financing or lease purchase. Is that correct?
This was from before, right? Okay, so now I'm trying to. I'm open ears.
Okay.
Perhaps.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You're asking $750 for the house, right?
760.
760. Got it. Okay. And then I was looking here. What's left to do repairs? I see there's a lot of new stuff, but is there still some items left that need some work?
Yeah, I decided after talking to your assistant, the floors were done, so they're done. I would say from a perspective of the house, it's move-in condition if someone wants to move in. I did not get the floors done upstairs. Someone might want to do that. That's like a $2,000 output. And then the windows all the way up on the second floor are going to need to be replaced at some point. I replaced the windows on the first floor in the basement. So
Okay.
but they're still functioning, and they're made by Windsor and Truth, and so it's all high-end stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I have down in my notes here, you still have a small balance on the property, like 160. Okay. Let me ask you this, Mickey. If we could agree on, of course, I'm not a realtor, so there's no 6% commission, no closing costs. I pay my side and yours when we close with our real estate attorney. Is there a little bit of flexibility on the price if we come to terms on the rest, if we was to pay the closing and, there's no realtors involved?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the realtors are going to take a bite.
Yeah.
That's a 4 point. I've got it with Redfin right now. That's 1.5 on my side, and then 3% on the other side is 4.5%. So, whatever that ends up being.
Absolutely. Okay. And if we was to buy it, agree on a price, that $1,200 a month, does that include taxes and insurance?
Yeah.
Okay. If we was to buy it, cover the tax and insurance, maintenance and repairs, would you entertain we buy it from you in the 700s and pay the closing, and then we cover that $1,200 a month until we pay you off in full, that full 700 and change cash?
How does that work?
So it just means we would agree now. Let's just say we agreed on a price of $720, just for round numbers. We agreed on a price. We pay the closing. We close over a real estate attorney, and then my partner Jason and I, we agreed to start covering that $1,200 a month payment. And our whole business model is, after we buy the house from you, we're going to turn around and sell it on lease option. Mark it up a little bit, right? So that's how we get paid.
Right.
So once we buy it from you, you're free and can move on. And then we just pay that every single month until we resell it down the line, at which point we pay you off in full the $720 cash. And then, of course, we make a profit for the difference.
What's coming? So here's the one question, though, is that, I've got it on the market right now. So if I was just do a classic sale, someone's going to write a check for, let's just say, I don't know, we'll make it up for $530,000, because by the time we say 160 minus all the fees or whatever, I'm just throwing a number out there.
Yeah.
Are you proposing that when you buy the house, you're going to send a check of that size? I'm missing something here, because the mortgage itself that I have, you can't assume.
Yeah. So it's just real simple. It's called a debt takeover or a wraparound mortgage. Our real estate attorney draws it up. And so we buy the house now, close on it right away. But you're not paid off. Your equity or the loan's not paid off until we resell it down the line. So in the meantime, we're responsible. Maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance, everything's on us. So it's just a delayed cash sale.
Yeah, that won't work, because I need the cash immediately. So
if we could do a little bit up front and the rest later, is the cash for something specific, or just wanting to invest it, or?
Yeah, just to basically reinvest in the place that I'm living now to knock the mortgage down. So I would need all of it, So that's the reason I decided to sell it in the first place. So,
okay. If we could pay you some interest on that equity you have in there that covers your mortgage payment now on your current main home, would that change the trajectory for you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm more interested in just yet, but I appreciate it.
Fair enough, Mickey. All right, we'll follow up. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. So this is a Zillow lead. This is the coldest, the worst of the worst. And I share this because time and circumstance changes every seller's mind. Who realizes that somebody going down to the bank to get a $700,000 loan right now is going to have a pretty substantial mortgage payment? What, maybe round numbers, $6,000 PITI, 5 to 6? So who here realizes also that while he's sitting on this darn thing in Denver, Colorado for a period of months, He's got $1,200 a month going out. He's responsible for maintenance, repairs, taxes, and insurance. He's responsible for getting the lawn mowed. He's responsible for paying the electric bill. He's responsible for everything. So every month that goes by and he's right now around $2,000 to sit there on this vacant house, it's going to remind him, wait a second, why didn't I let that person buy it from me? Right? So is it possible somebody comes along and offers him $730, $40, $50 cash? Absolutely. Is it likely? Absolutely not. It's one of all the homes on the market in Denver, Colorado. So we ask questions to get to a conclusion. That 2 notes I want you to take away from that call. One, it was 5 minutes. We got to the conclusion. I got everything I needed to know in under 5 minutes. Now, it's not a speed race, right? It's not the objective of, oh, you're winning if you've talked to under 4 minutes. It's just a matter of, it doesn't take a lot of time to get to a conclusion. There's one of 3 conclusions you're always going to get to. And as I shared today, will be extra short because I'm here with the mastermind crew. And what you're going to notice is there's only 1 of 3 conclusions to get to. 1, either yes, they'll sell you on payments, you negotiate a deal. That's a very few people. They negotiate a deal on that first call. Boom, you're ready to send a purchase agreement. That's the dream outcome, but it happens only a little bit of the time. And then number 2, the most likely scenario is you schedule a follow-up. I'm interested. I've got to talk to my wife. I'm not interested right now. I'm going to see if I can get an offer first. All of the delay responses. And then there's the other minority, which is they cuss you out until you never call them again, okay? Doesn't happen often, but maybe, you don't call them back or you do, whatever you want to do. So that is the key responses. Now, as you're doing this business, the more conversations you have, the more likely you are to buy a house. Every single time you have a conversation, you have an opportunity to either negotiate a deal or make a new connection. Buying houses on terms is how I've connected with loan brokers, how I've connected with realtors. It's how I've connected with title attorneys. It's how I've connected with so many people. Why? Because conversations build relationship. And this business is built on relationship. So, what's the main objective here? Solve his challenges. You notice that his main challenge was, I want this money to pay down my other mortgage. Now, you realize that he has a mortgage, assuming he was being transparent. Mr. Mickey has a mortgage on his personal home, and he just has a desire to pay down that mortgage $500,000 when he sells this house. Now, doesn't mean he's going to get to, just means that's what he wants to do. So our objective is to put Mickey on a follow-up list and give Mickey another ring in a few weeks, and again, hit it from another angle. What's that new angle? Mickey, how much is the mortgage on your personal residence, and what if this house supports us covering not only the mortgage on this house, but the mortgage on your other house? Right? In other words, he has $500,000 of equity. So maybe it supports us covering some of that mortgage for him. Is that making sense? Yes? Yes? Okay, good. All right. So there's one last note I want to leave you guys with before we wrap today. And my desire is for all of you, no matter where you are, that you are having 21 conversations every single week. 21 conversations. How do we do that? It doesn't take long. We just have a conversation. If you've never had a conversation before, make it 7. There we go. 7 before we get back on next time. At the same place, at the same time, next Wednesday. All right? So, for my online crew, we are in beautiful Orlando. We are in the beautiful Mastermind Retreat we do twice a year. I will see you next week, same place, same time. VIPs, I'm going to stay on with you an extra 10. We're going to have a quick chat before we wrap. All right. Thanks, online crew. Make sure you set your calendars next week, same place, same time. We'll have the full hour and be dialing lots more deals, and my background will even be prettier. All right. See y'all.